Legal gun owners in Chicago are being charged with felony gun possession after being pulled over for minor traffic violations despite having legal gun licenses. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I have two stories for you of two legal gun owners in Chicago who were charged with felonies for their legally owned firearms. And that's just two of the examples uncovered by a recent investigation by CBS News Chicago. Their investigation brought up a string of lawsuits and 5 recent victims all alleging similar things: that lawful gun owners in Chicago are having their rights violated by the CPD. Now, despite having the charges eventually dismissed, they're still fighting to have their records expunged, have lost jobs, and have still not had their firearms returned to them. But before I get into the details on 2 of these incidents, I'd like to give a shout out to a friend of this channel, and that is Ammo Squared. Ammo Squared helps you stay stocked up on ammo automatically with a set it and forget it approach that lets you choose your calibers, your monthly budget, and how often you want your ammo shipped, so you never have to worry about ammo shortages or changing prices locally or online ever again. Their company is designed to help gun owners stock up on ammo on literally any budget. This monthly budget can be anything from the price of a few boxes to the price of a single round, if that's how much you can or want to spare. Everything about it is fully customizable. There's no minimum to buy, no membership fees, and all ammo is factory new from brands that you trust. They only ship it when you want it, and the rest of the time it is stored for you in a climate-controlled environment. And their entire goal is to help gun owners stock up 1 billion rounds of ammo. So, in service of that, thank you to Ammo Squared for providing such a cool service to gun owners since 2015 and for just all around being pretty cool people. The first person I'm going to touch on today is 46-year-old Louis McWilliams, who owns a local cheesecake company called Ann's Flavored Cheesecakes. He was on his way to a business meeting in April, hoping to secure a franchise, when he was pulled over on the south side, saying they'd pulled him over for a missing front plate. He told the police that he was a legal gun owner and provided both the required licenses, both the firearm owner's identification, or FOID, and his concealed carry license, both of which are required to have a gun in the car in Illinois. You can even see him handing them over in the body cam footage.
Yes, sir. How you doing, boss? Good, good.
The first thing he did, tell the officers he had a gun.
Okay, where's your firearm? On my side. Okay, you got your concealed carry license?
This is Lewis's card, and it's valid. That's what he handed the officers.
CBS News has confirmed that both of those licenses were valid at the time. However, police claimed that McWilliams wasn't in the state database called Leads.
Looks at him. He said, okay, cool, this is perfect.
Only it wasn't.
Concealed carry, it didn't pop up. Oh.
Therefore, they said they couldn't actually determine if his licenses were valid, and they arrested him on 2 felony charges: aggravated unlawful possession of a weapon and unlawful use of a weapon.
Just step out from me.
Police recommended Lewis be charged with 2 felonies.
I can't say right now, Mr. McWilliams, because we can't verify your concealed carry, okay?
Despite both licenses even being put on the police report and submitted to evidence, the Cook County State Attorney's offices approved the charges. The licenses were not only copied and sent into evidence, no, the police took possession of them, inventoried them, and sent them to police headquarters. After the fact, the attorney's office said that they had evidence at the time to support the felony charges, but has refused to say what that evidence was. Nor, it turns out, did the office investigate before approving the charges. We still don't have an answer as to why McWilliams wasn't in the database, but as I said, it has been proven that his licenses were valid, and according to the state police's own spokesperson, if the police cannot check the status of a license in Leeds, they are not supposed to take any law enforcement action issues as it relates to a gun license violation. Illinois law also says that if a driver is stopped, both physical and digital copies of a gun license are to be considered sufficient. The law does not say that the information also needs to be in the database to be considered valid. So, McWilliams should never have been arrested, let alone charged with 2 felonies. The cops even told him that if they found his license was fine, they'd apologize and send him home.
That's what Lewis expected, and what he was told later as he stood in a jail cell.
And if this comes back clean,
Yeah, then they just let you go, apologize, and let you go about your day.
Instead, they let him spend a day in jail. He missed his business meeting and lost the franchise opportunity. He spent months in court trying to get the charges dropped, get his impounded car returned, and his guns back. 3 months later, the charges were dropped, but the charges still show up on background checks, and he still has not gotten his guns back. Chicago police have refused to comment on the matter. Lucy Washington, a real estate agent, was caught up in a similar net. She's a single mom who carries for self-protection and to protect her kids. She was pulled over by Chicago police in December 2023, who said that she failed to use her turn signal. Body cam footage shows that she immediately informed police that she had a gun and was licensed to have it. She had just renewed her license, but it wasn't updated in the database yet. So this database seems to be a common denominator along with the Chicago police. The police told her that her license was expired. She explained that she had an email proving her renewal and stating that the email could be used as proof of current license, but her phone had fallen when she stopped the car and the police would not allow her to go get it.
In December of 2023, she was stopped for failing to put on her turn signal. Without hesitation, she volunteers.
I am concealed and carry.
As a single woman, Lucy carries a gun for protection.
I have it.
My love, your CCL expired.
I know, but if you pull it up, it'll show that I already tried to renew it.
Lucy tries to explain that the email showing proof she renewed is on her phone.
My phone and fell.
This is the email from the state Lucy was trying to show the police. It says if you apply for renewal, you're eligible to possess a license.
Oh my God, are you serious? Can I please look for my phone? Please, give me like 5 more minutes to look for my phone.
And it sounds like the officers weren't going to accept the email under any circumstances.
But it's not in our system, Lucy. It's not in our system.
I freaked out, especially when I was told that I was going to be charged with a felony. I'm like, I can lose my broker license. I'm sitting in here in the back of a squad car because my license expired, but I renewed it. And it's not my fault that you guys didn't get it in your system.
Even though state law says that if someone has submitted an application for renewal, they are eligible to possess a license. She was arrested and, like in the McWilliams case, she was charged with a felony, aggravated unlawful use of a weapon. Her charge, too, was approved by the state attorney's office. The police later stated that Washington hadn't renewed until 2 days after her license expired, so that meant she was no longer covered. However, it does not say that in the state law, and many states have grace periods during which someone can renew for an extra fee rather than completely reapplying. Either way, she had an email stating that she was covered, and in many states, so long as you have applied to renew, you are covered, so she had no reason to believe that she wasn't. And as evidence of that, her charges were also dismissed. But also like McWilliams, her mugshot still comes up if you Google her. She says that it's affected her real estate business, and she often finds herself having to try and explain what happens to people when they search her listings and see their rest. She too is working to get it off her record and still has not had her firearms returned to her despite a court order telling the police to return them. She filed a lawsuit in December 2024 for wrongful arrest, illegal search and seizure, etc., which is still pending. McWilliams plans to sue as well. In both cases, I'm inclined to believe that neither would have been arrested if they hadn't told the cops they were gun owners.
I felt defeated, and I felt like nobody had my back.
I just feel like the rights that I've been given, the constitutional rights to have it, that the police officers didn't stand up for.
These cops, man, are killing me, bro.
No matter how much you follow a system of which they create, they can still deem you wrong.
The Cook County State's Attorney declined to comment on any of the cases beyond, again, saying that initial unnamed evidence that they haven't ever commented on pointed to felonies, but then later didn't. Neither the state attorney or the CPD track how many gun owners have been hit with charges while legally licensed and later had those charges dismissed, but as I said in the beginning, CBS News Chicago found 5 just in Chicago in the last couple years alone and are still digging and asking people to come forward if they have similar stories. They're doing a survey to find gun owners with similar experiences across the country as part of a larger investigation. I will link their expose in case anyone is interested, though I know many of you have lost your guns in that boating accident. All in all, with some of these stories that I have been covering the last couple of months and everything that we know about Chicago and how poorly gun ownership is looked on there, sadly, I can't say that I'm surprised. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this video. Please like, share, and subscribe if you are new here. Ring that notification bell and drop a comment down below for the algorithm. And as always, thanks for tuning in. Stay safe out there and happy shooting.